Here are 30 things that you missed in Atlantian City's Part 2 update. In this video, we'll be covering secrets, Easter eggs, and small details that you may not have noticed while playing this update. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Starting off at number 1, you can see Amelia talking about how you save her from the corrupt Samarine. She said that no one believed her except for Sasha and Gabby who were there to see it. The names Sasha and Gabby are a reference to Sasha Bros and Gabby Braun from Attack on Titan. Not really sure if these names were random or intended to be an Easter egg, but it is quite coincidental. At number 2, we see that you, the player, is sentient. We can be seen thinking to ourselves, which has never happened before in Loomian Legacy, but it did happen back in PBB at the start of our journey, where we were thinking to ourselves about finally getting our first Pokemon from the Professor. Here at number 3, we see the gang and Amelia talking about how they couldn't sleep and wanted to hang out in our room for a while. However, if you pay attention closely, you can see that Lucy is wearing a shirt that says, "When it's done," referencing to whenever people ask when Atlantian City Part 2 was going to be released, the devs, especially Jamie, will reply with, "When it's done." Number 4 is a reference that I have caught on while I was having. If you play through the story, you will know that we had a double battle against Lucy and Lucas. And after that battle, the room will be in a mess. This is actually a reference to when Bianca and Sharon wanted to battle in our room in Pokemon Black and White, making it a mess after. These next few Easter eggs that you may not have noticed is how famous people can be found in Mr. Freck's secret room in his office. Coming at number 5, you can see a painting called Son of Man. A painting of where it's a man with an apple covering its face. But in this case, instead of an apple, it's a power fruit. The next famous painting is a painting of Van Gogh, and a reference to the painting American Gothic, with the farmer and his wife on Raleigh Ranch, mimicking the famous painting with the pitchfork. Coming in number 8, we can see that Mr. Frex has some golden artifacts. One of them is actually the top of the pagoda on Route 5, and the other is a statue of a golden dog. The same ones that can be found in Gale Forest, Igneous Hollow, and Lotus Sun Beach. Dusket is actually the devil. This can be seen in the scene where Mr. Frex used some Loomian wordplay where he says, "Speak of the Dusket," right after mentioning that some scientists will be coming to Pictoria for examination. Did you know that the submarine used to go in the Ariana Trench is actually modeled off of the Loomian Bezeldu? There's another creature alongside Moldeca in Atlantian City. As seen in this cutscene, we are told that Moldeca actually has offspring, and since Moldeca is a male, there has to be another Loomian hidden somewhere providing these offsprings that we don't know about. There is actually another submarine driven by Dr. Vanta's Givens and scientists, which is modeled after the Loomian submarine, as can be seen right here. As you venture in deeper in our trench, you will see something rusty in the water. If you didn't notice it in secret, I don't blame you, because this is actually a jet engine that kept Atlantian City afloat back in PBB before it fell out of the sky, becoming Atlantian City in Loomian Legacy. And this city was also talked about in Route 7 where one of the NPCs mentioned it. If you were to continue swimming forward before entering the temple ruins, you would be able to find a Loomian box. However, that's not the secret you missed. Over here you can see a pineapple, a moai, and a rock with a vetter vein on it. This is actually a reference to SpongeBob, with SpongeBob's house, Squidward's house, and Patrick's house being next to each other. This is not the first time they have done it though, as back in PBB, there's an island in water that resembled the island shown at the start of a SpongeBob episode. More Loomian wordplay is shown by Dr. Vanta's guards when business is replaced with Bazolan and the word tree and leaf is replaced with wisp up and fade away. In the cutscene where Dr. Vanta commanded Pertagon to blast the rocks to make a path, the Pertagon actually shuts down duty using the law of power. However, if you pay attention closely, it's actually just a Halloween Pertagon that they used. When Starlo grouted the Soul Heart, Dr. Vanta recognized it, meaning that he had connections with Starlo in the past, but it is unclear what connections they had. Frostville is known to be the next city of the 5th Battle Theater as shown in the flashback of when Dr. Vanta met Starla. The background looks very snowy, indicating that the next route is a snowy route, and the next Battle Theater could potentially be an Ice-type theater. This was also mentioned by our dad, saying the next corrupted piece could be found in the vicinity of a small town called Frostville. Our hero on Twitter has also provided a screenshot of a part of Frostville with the word "wow," meaning that they are working on it right now. This next Easter egg is of a girl coming out of a portal. If you guys don't know, that girl is actually Tess from PBB, and the portal she came out of was a portal created by Hoopa, the same one that Jake went through by pushing Tess out of the way to prevent her from getting sucked in. She also had a dragon seedling, cause she was a dragon type enthusiast back in PBB, from the game Hide and Seek Ultimate, a game created by LTS before Loomian Legacy was a thing. On her backpack, you can see 8 badges on it. If you didn't play PBB, you wouldn't notice, but it is actually the 8 gym badges you could get in PBB. The Arc badge, the Brimstone badge, the Float badge, the Soaring badge, the Crater badge, the Harvest badge, the Conscious badge, and the Haunted badge. Tess has a new look. It went back to the video T. Brand posted called Worlds Apart, where Tess was searching for Jake in the hide and seek game mentioned earlier. You can see that she looks like this in the video. However, in the cutscene, she looks completely different. Maybe the devs wanted Tess to look different since she was in another universe. One of the developers, Roselius, hid a grey block somewhere in our trench that we could find. After searching for a while, you could find it behind some blue coral. When this update came out, a secret NPC was released into the game. In order to find this NPC, you need to go to Sapphire City and enter the apartment building. When you enter, you will see an NPC near the doorway, and when you interact with him, it will start a battle. When you defeat him, he'll reward you with a free ace disc. However, his Loomians are above the level cap as of now, so it's gonna be a tough challenge to beat. In Atlantian City, there are two entrances here that are now transparent. You couldn't see through them before, but now you can. This might indicate that we can go through these doors in the future. Whenever you encounter a new Romix, Glacidia, or Arceros, the other will break out to and escape, meaning that you can only catch one of them. A little nice detail that not a lot of people noticed. Did you know that Glacidia and Arceros have the same amount of Gleam and Gamma combinations? Check out on the screen right now. This is a secret room in one of the houses in Atlantian City. If you go into this house here and enter the fridge, you can actually find a secret area where there's a Lumi box sitting there with 3 power fruits. Other than this referencing to an old Lumi Legacy stream created for a Lumi Legacy community member, it's also a reference to a house in Sylvan City where you can also find a secret area in the house, giving you the TM trick room back in PBB. The objective tab is gone. As I go into the settings and mess around with it, you can see no matter which option I choose, there is no objective tab. Either because they don't know how to continue with the story, or they don't want to put out any information that has not been confirmed yet to prevent another outbreak from the community. And finally, the Obsidian Seal. This is an item you receive to be able to fuse Glacidia and Arceros together. However, this mechanic is not new or original, as this was actually a mechanic used in Pokemon called DNA splicing. In Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, you're able to receive an item called DNA Splicers, which allow you to fuse Kyurem with either Zekrom or Reshiram to create Black Kyurem and White Kyurem. And those are all of the secrets and Easter eggs that I could find in the Atlantian City Part 2 update. But if you guys have found any secrets of your own, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.